Really looking forward to this game tonight. Let's get it started. Detroit and Green Bay. Ooh, let's get it started. That's like a really good catchphrase. Someone should write a song. Adam Mazer, Chris Towers, and Dave Richard here answering your questions for the next 40 minutes or so. Start or sit, trades, whatever you want. And yeah, bring it on, people. Thanks for being here. Hit the like button. And good evening, fellas. Who's going to win tonight?
The Green Bay Packers.
I'm in the Lions.
I don't know who's going to win.
I think it's like a coin flip.
Yeah. Really looking forward to it, though. I think it's going to be a really good game. Let's see what we have in the old question department. PPR, Mixon or Gibbs?
I'm going with Mixon.
Yeah, but it's like an unpopular answer. You know, it's like you're picking the unpopular kid over the cool kid, but the cool kid's done nothing because the cool kid's parents won't let him do anything. That's the analysis.
Well, Mixon's got that tough, Mixon's got that Tennessee matchup. So
yeah, which sucks.
Yeah.
The thing is, he's always inefficient.
Yeah,
but I do think the passing game role just continues to help him, and he gets so many green zone touches that it's hard for me to go away from him. I think he's a top 12 or a running back for me this week.
So we should talk, I guess, about the running backs in this game. Aaron Jones is playing. David Montgomery is playing. I'm not going to start A.J. Dillon this week or ever again. But that's the easy one. But which Lions running back do you guys prefer?
Montgomery.
I've got him back to back. So I do have Montgomery one spot ahead, but they're both like in the 20-ish range for me.
That's in PPR or non-PPR or both?
That's PPR. Did I mute myself literally as I
yeah.
Great stuff.
Yeah.
Very, very professional.
Is that in mute leagues or non-mute leagues?
Yeah, muted leagues for sure.
Can you make some sort of like signal for non-PPR with your hands, Chris?
It would just be like dropping something, right? Like I've got this and then I drop it, and that's non-PPR.
So this is non-PPR and then this is PPR. What would half PPR be?
All right. So let's talk about the wide receivers here. By the way, where's Aaron Jones for you guys?
Top 12.
Right around top 12.
Okay. Let's talk about the wide receivers. I have so much Josh Reynolds, it's sick, but I was able to bench him for Christian Watson, which, I don't really want to start either of them, but sort of a deeper format. Who do you guys like Christian Watson this week?
I think he's in the flex range. I think you've got to take some chances with him. Depending on who else you have at wide receiver, you know that he is exactly the type of wide receiver like Jordan Addison, like Tank Dell, like Tyreek Hill, sort of. Not quite that good, I guess. That was a bad comparison. But you catch my drift. He is a big play type of wide receiver. He can do it on 30-yard bombs. He can do it on 6-yard screens. But he's got that type of potential. And the one nice thing we've seen from Jordan Love is that he loves to throw it deep. And so getting Christian Watson back is probably going to encourage him to keep doing that. And it wouldn't surprise me if they hit on one, maybe two deep throws.
All right, so pick 2.5 PPR. George Washington.
I am president?
I'm struggling right now. I do not know who GW is.
Garrett Wilson.
That's GW? They call him that?
G-Dub.
All right. Garrett Wilson, Christian Watson, Jahan Dotson,
bless you,
Palmer, Achane.
Thank you.
2.5 PPR. Bless you, Chris. Yes.
Can you repeat? Oh, they're on the screen. I don't know why I'm asking you to repeat them.
How about some sign language? I will take Achane and am I really taking Garrett Wilson there? I think I am. I am.
GW, just so you know.
I do have Christian Watson ranked highest of this group after Achane, of course.
PPR, Tyler Lockett or Jalen Waddle?
Ooh, Waddle.
I'll lock it up.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Josh Reynolds or Elijah Mitchell?
Reynolds.
Yes.
Christian Watson or DeAndre Hopkins?
Watson.
I would go Hopkins.
Okay, deep league here. Jaden Reed, Kadarius Toney, or Rashee Rice?
I would be so much more interested in Reed if there was no Watson. He's the slot guy. He'll stay the slot guy for the Packers. Kind of a tough matchup for him. He'll go up against Brian Branch all night. I think I might chance it with Rice. I think he might have a little more upside.
Okay. All right.
I would go with Rice.
Let's see what we got here. By the way, hit that like button. We'd appreciate that. Christian Watson or Rashad White?
I think Watson's more fun.
I would go with White. But I agree Watson's more fun.
Yeah. Someone's asking an Austin Eckler question. Okay, yeah. Eckler or Christian Watson? Or Quentin Johnston, if neither. So
So then that's your plan B if Eckler doesn't play. I would roll the dice on Eckler playing.
Yep.
I can't. Don't QJ? Is that what they call him? They call him QJ?
Who else is QJ?
Well, it took me a second.
Quincy Jefferson.
Reminds me of
McLaurin.
Scene in Community when they're talking about bare naked ladies, and one of them goes BNL. It's like bare naked ladies are so necessary that we need a shorthand for them. We're really there with Quentin Johnston.
We need a shorthand for everything, CT. I will take Palmer over McLaurin. And I should have taken Palmer over Garrett Wilson earlier as well.
Okay.
I will go McLaurin over Palmer.
Okay.
Let's pick two.
Palmer is so boring. It's like it's
but McLaurin is
cabbage with no salt. No seed, just boiled cabbage. That's my
cabbage is bad no matter what.
I agree, but yeah.
What about sauerkraut?
I don't like any of that.
Yeah, no good. Let's pick two of this group here.
Achane and Watson.
I will take Palmer and Achane.
Okay. So Dave, I heard you got an interesting trade request today.
I got a very interesting trade request. I'd like you guys to grade the trade, and then you have to guess who made the trade offer. It is someone you both know personally. And here we go. I was offered Breece Hall and Jordan Love in a Superflex league, and all I have to give up for Breece Hall and Jordan Love is Aaron Jones and Joe Burrow. That's it. That's all I have to do.
That was
that Azer?
No. Jordan Love and Breece Hall.
Well, first let's grade the trade.
Yeah, that'd be an F.
Big time
Yes.
F.
Yeah, you're getting clearly the worst player in both instances.
It's not Jamie. It's
you each get one guess.
It's
you each
Jack.
get one guess, and then you can get another guess when we hit a certain amount of likes on the stream.
It's Jack.
Yeah, Adam says Jack. Chris?
I'm going with Jacob Gibbs. He makes a lot of very aggressive trade offers.
You are both incorrect. How many likes do we have right now at this point in time?
26 likes.
When we get to 225 likes, you each get another guess on which knucklehead made this trade.
All right. In the meantime, I'll read some more questions here. Pick two in PPR: Gibbs, Kamara, and Miles Sanders.
I'll go Kamara and Sanders.
I will also go Kamara and Sanders.
Okay. How about Christian Watson or Chris Godwin? Schaefer totally nailed who made the trade offer, I bet.
I will go with Godwin over Watson, but I'm not thrilled about that answer.
It's non-PPR.
I
can't trust
that's fair, actually. Then Watson, yeah.
Yeah.
James Conner or Alvin Kamara in non-PPR?
Conner. I'll take Conner.
I think Conner, yeah.
Even with the Niners?
Yeah, it's just, man, what a brutal matchup. But last week was a brutal matchup as well, and he was awesome. So he's just been – is he like a top 4 running back over the last 9 games dating back to last season? He's got to be close to that.
He's got to be up there, and this is just what he does. He had a good track record of succeeding even when Kyler Murray didn't play. He had a good track record of putting up numbers in blowouts. He is the anti-matchup PPR running back anti-hero we need.
It's okay. Raheem Mostert, Rashad White, or Cortland Sutton. By the way, 231 likes. We're almost there. We almost get another guess.
Actually, you do get the guess. But first, we're going to say Mostert.
Yes.
Okay. Glad to see Adam's cough is gone. It most certainly is not. Give me a running back and a flex. Montgomery, Kamara, Watson, Evans, Jacoby Myers. Oh, Mike Evans. One
Got
game
to talk
in his
about
last
Mike Evans a little
10
bit.
One game in his last 10 against Marshawn Lattimore with more than 13 PPR fantasy points. 5 of those 10 single-digit PPR fantasy points. I'll be giving that stat again on tomorrow's show, but
Isn't it 9 straight under 13 PPR points?
Could be.
That's what I.
And he's gotten
calculated.
ejected from 2 games, right?
He got ejected from 1 at least. He left
At least
with
one.
an injury.
Okay.
He and Godwin got hurt in the same game, as I recall. It was like a Sunday night game. It was a disaster.
By the way, James Conner is averaging 18.9 PPR points per game over his last 10, dating back to last season.
That's hot stuff.
All right, I'm going to go with
I think Kamara's a must.
I would go Kamara and Montgomery.
Me too.
I might take Myers.
Yeah, how good has Jacoby Myers been?
As long as Jacobs doesn't wake up, he's going to be great.
Okay, we are ready for our next guess. I think
yes. So we just for those of you who are just now joining the live stream, I was offered a terrible trade offer. I don't even remember it. Yeah, I do. It was Jordan Love and Breece Hall for Joe Burrow and Aaron Jones. Someone on our staff made it. So far, Adam and Chris have guessed Jack, our producer of FFT. That's not who did it. And Jacob Gibbs, who's the brains behind Beyond the Box Score, the Monday show. No offense, Adam. Now you each get another guess on which one of your colleagues made me that whack-ass trade offer.
You know, Adam's the looks behind that. No, he's not the looks behind that podcast either.
That's also Jacob.
Yeah.
Schaefer guessed Zach Brook. It was just 100%.
Is that your guess too?
Yeah.
Chris, do you have a guess?
Brinson.
To paraphrase Frank Stamfel, you are both incorrect.
Incorrect. All right. Let's get to 400 likes and we'll get another guess here. We have John desperate to get your answer here, guys. Madison or Laporta, half PPR.
I'm viewing Madison as a pretty obvious sell high candidate right now. I did trade him in one league, but in the short term, I think he's still a pretty high end starter. So I've got him as RB19 ahead of Laporta and half PPR, especially.
I think I'll agree. I talked with a Vikings observer who's a friend of mine this week. We're just going to call him a Vikings observer. His belief is that Madison is locked into passing downs work for now. And that even if he fumbles in the game, he's still going to play on passing downs. But on rushing downs, there will be a split between him and Cam Akers. That is an assumption. That is not a guarantee. And because it is that, I can't love Madison, but I also can't love Laporta in half PPR, because what if he doesn't break free for a long touchdown like he did last week?
You know, I said it very confidently, and now I'm actually looking at my flex rankings, and I always love when we get a position versus position flex question, and they're back to back. I've got Madison as my 51st player, Laporta as 52nd. So
right. You know what?
Really confident in that one.
Feel that confidence, you know. Trevor Lawrence or Jordan Love?
I choose Love.
I'm going with Trevor Lawrence. I actually feel a lot better about Trevor Lawrence after looking into things with him. He's been 0 for 6 on throws into the end zone this season. Has had multiple should have been touchdowns dropped, including one by Calvin Ridley last week. He's really close to having had a very good start to the season.
I'm benching him for Kirk Cousins this week. I think everybody.
I think that's fine. Yeah.
Trevor Lawrence, Russell Wilson, or CJ Stroud?
Lawrence here. I do like Russ, though. I do like Russ a lot this week.
Should I trade Dobbs and Love for Tua?
Yes. That's a great trade for you. Congratulations.
Yep, I'm happy with that one.
Who do you prefer rest of season, Amari Cooper or Calvin Ridley?
I'll still go with Ridley.
Yep.
Okay. Packers or Jets DST?
Well, I don't want to start a DST going up against Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
Packers.
Yeah. Let's go
HN or David Montke?
I'll take Montke.
I think I have Montgomery ranked a little ahead as well. One spot ahead. Love that.
Henry, Connor, Thomas, PPR.
Which Thomas? Is that Michael Thomas?
Henry.
Is that Thomas the Tank Engine?
Thomas the Train, yeah.
Yeah, I kind of like Connor, to be honest.
Yep.
Really, over Derrick Henry?
No, I'll go
Yeah.
with Henry.
Yeah.
Not that Henry's been so great, but Ayuk, grade the trade. Ayuk and Brian Robinson for Josh Jacobs and Jerry Judy.
Oh yeah, it's a win for if you
I think
got
it's a B
Jacobs and
plus,
Judy.
yeah.
That's an A.
Nico Collins or Josh Palmer, PPR.
Nico, the
Let's
freako.
get to 400 likes so we can keep guessing. Was it Jamie? Was it Heath who made this terrible trade offer? We've got 1,200 people, almost 1,300 people, and only 301 likes. Hit that like button, please.
There's also an exclusive interview waiting for you two tonight.
Oh, is that
with
right?
An NFL player. You just have to say the word, and I will make the player appear.
I have no idea what this is all about.
Okay. The word. Let's do it.
400.
Let's call him on it.
400 likes. 400 likes for the.
When we get to 400 likes, we'll get the special guest. Where are we at with likes? The special guest is itching to get back to doing what she's doing. Okay, so less than 50 likes. Sit tight, please. Okay. The special guest, NFL player.
367. A current NFL player?
Current NFL player that people might have a start-sit question about is joining us tonight right here on this live stream.
How about the 380 likes? I'll read a few.
So it's going to be in a matter of moments. That's great.
We need a wide receiver and a flex. Kirk, Dotson, Dell. What's blah, 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 blah.
I am going with Tank Dell. And I am going with, I think, Christian Kirk.
I like Sutton, and I think I like Dell.
Okay. 397 likes. T. Higgins or Alvin Kamara?
Kamara.
I think I like Kamara.
By the way, I traded Higgins for Hawkinson in a league where I can only start 2 wide receivers, and I've had Higgins on my bench. I think it's fine, right?
Yeah.
I was starting Luke Musgrave, so.
All right. I'm guessing Jamie made the bad trade offer. Chris, what's your guess?
We've hit 400 likes, so it's interview time.
Yeah.
So first of all, Adam, your guess is Jamie.
Yeah.
Chris, your guess is?
What if it was Schaefer?
Thomas?
Yeah, it was Schaefer, and he said Zach to throw us off his trail.
Yeah.
Are you guys locking in your answers?
Lock him in.
One of you is correct.
Jamie, that SOB.
It is Jamie Eisenberg made that trade offer. I couldn't believe it.
Wow.
That's like terrible. That's like I always when I'm playing in my home leagues and I get like an insulting offer, it's like I do this for work, guys.
Yeah,
like,
no.
I'm not gonna,
when the guy who also does it for work makes that offer, it's just like, wow, I can't believe it. So I'm not throwing him under the bus. He made it with good intentions, I'm sure. He knows how much I like Breece Hall, but I rejected that thing immediately.
Oh, Chris. All right.
It's an evening.
All right, Dave, who are we hearing from today?
Ladies, and I need to get up so the guests can come in on the show. So let me just go ahead and get out of the way. Ladies and gentlemen, direct from Los Angeles, California, it is Tutu Atwell. Tutu, thanks for joining us today. How do you think you're going to do this week?
Amazing.
Amazing, Tutu. Tutu, your voice is much different than I thought it would be.
I don't know what you're talking about, man.
Tutu, what did you think of the Chiefs game? What was your favorite part of the Chiefs-Bears game last week?
Crazy.
Taylor Swift, man. That's my dog.
Taylor Swift is your dog, Tutu. I can't believe it. And then how are things going with Matthew Stafford?
I don't know who that is. I live Life Taylor.
Okay. Thanks for joining us. Ladies and gentlemen, Tutu Atwell joining us on the live stream. And just to be clear, everybody, that was not the real Tutu Atwell.
Oh my God, what?
Yeah, I know. Everybody thought that maybe it would be the actual, but no, that was not.
Did I actually think that he had a real football player like waiting there? I had no idea what was going to happen there. So maybe I was stumped. Very good. Very good. Thank you, Dave, and Tutu Atwell for joining the show.
That was Tutu not well.
All right, let's see. Let's get back to the questions here. Thank you for hitting like. We're at 453 likes. Start 1, Pacheco, Jaden Reed, Downs, London.
I'm not a Pacheco guy, but it's Pacheco.
I think it's Pacheco too. And you know what? I kind of like Pacheco. I like the workload that he ended up having. He was out as soon as Patrick Mahomes was out last week, so it wasn't like he was playing in garbage time. Gets a couple of catches each week. They should blow out the Jets. I think he's okay.
Yeah, you missed my amazing stat of the game for this game on the morning show. So going back to last year, there have been 7 times where the
Hey, Tutu, clean up in here.
8 times now where the Chiefs have won by 10 or more points, and a running back has scored a rushing touchdown in 6 of those 8 games.
Mm.
And then in the other 13 games in that stretch, they've only scored a rushing touchdown in 5 of 13 games when they've won by single digits or lost. So when they blow teams out, they get rushing touchdowns.
That's usually how it works in football.
He had his 3rd game ever with more than 15 PPR points last week.
Mm-hmm.
He has started like 12 games. That's not great.
No. Michael Thomas or Tyler Lockett?
Got to start somewhere, Chris. Let's go with Lockett over Thomas. Have you thought about what Jameis's arrival in that offense could mean to Michael Thomas? Because they kind of had a thing for a little bit.
He was good last year. Yeah, he had 2 touchdowns and like 160, 180 yards in 3 games, I think, with Jameis. Yeah, I think he'll be fine.
Yeah, I might have to put in a little more research in that. And maybe Thomas is a pretty decent start after all.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, he's not a better start than Lockett, though.
No. I don't think I'll rank him that high. I'm not crazy.
Based on what we've seen so far, I'm starting to wonder if Michael Thomas is just a possession receiver. He is doing nothing after this year.
Yeah,
he's
that's
just
true.
catching it, not making any plays. And it wouldn't be a shock after all the injuries and his age.
Mm-hmm.
Can't rule that out.
We hit on a player prop of his on the Early Edge player prop show that I'm on every Friday afternoons, 4 p.m. right here on YouTube. There was a prop. The prop was longest reception under 19 and a half yards. Looked like a cakewalk until he caught an 18-yarder late last week, and I was like, oh, but it ended up working out just fine. Nice. We cashed that ticket.
All right, Kyron Williams trade that.
Yeah, I think that's easy. There was quotes about Kyron's workload is going to have to come down at some point.
Musgrave or Ferguson?
You know why? Because he stinks. I will take Ferguson over Musgrave.
I'm going to go Musgrave. I don't think Ferguson's any good.
I'm not saying that he's good. What I think is Aaron Jones is back. Christian Watson's back. Those are 2 guys that's going to take work away from Ferguson, or from Musgrave, rather. My apologies. And I'm not going to start him. I'm starting Josh Reynolds over him in a flex spot in one of my most important leagues.
All right. Romeo Doubs or David Montgomery, PPR?
Montgomery for almost the same exact reasons.
Josh Reynolds or Sky Moore, PPR?
Oh, poor you. Okay, Scott. Poor you indeed. More if these are your only 2 choices and there's nothing on the waiver wire.
I'm going to go Reynolds.
Of course you are.
I think I'm going to go Reynolds, but yeah, I don't feel good about either of them.
Jair Alexander is inactive, right?
Correct.
Okay. Correct.
And Dave Bakhtiari, I think, is done for the season.
Yes.
He went on IR. Did they say it's done?
He had a knee surgery, like a knee cleanup today, and he's supposed to have another surgery within a couple of weeks
to get him ready for 2024.
Yeah, that was
that stinks.
Yeah, poor guy. Just cannot recover from this injury. All right, Nico Collins or Tank Dell? I've
got Tank higher. I like them both. Nico. They're both top 30 wide receivers, but I've got Tank a little higher.
Laporta or Kittle?
Laporta.
Do we know if Deebo Samuel practiced today?
He did not practice today.
I'll take.
Ayuk is progressing in the right direction.
But all we need is just one of those guys out for Kittle to become a big timer. I think I'm going to wait on Kittle.
I feel like I haven't done my research for that game yet. I feel like George Kittle destroys Arizona.
He does. And he even destroyed them for 2 touchdowns week 18 last year with everybody healthy. Everybody was in the mix. This is the sign for everybody's in the mix. Here's the ball.
Okay. So PPR, non-PPR, everyone's in the mix.
And half PPR is?
He only had 29 yards.
Get rid of one of the hands. That's it.
But in his last 4 games, he's had 92 yards, 101 yards and a touchdown, 84 yards, 2 touchdowns, 29 yards, 2 touchdowns. Last 4 games against the Cardinals.
Start him.
Time is running out. Half PPR, pick 2, Nico, Ayuk, and Watson.
I hope they're talking about before kickoff and not the world itself. I will sit Watson.
Ayuk will probably play. He
Mhm.
increased his work in practice. He took the non-contact jersey off today, so I think he's got a pretty good chance to play.
Laporta or Andrews? Is it okay to flex the other from?
Cousin Ernest.
But what does he say at the end?
Uzama!
There you go.
I would go with Andrews, but I'm kind of reluctant.
Yeah, I've got Andrews ranked higher. Laporta is like a top 55 flex guy. So some of the guys I would start him over are Christian Kirk, DJ Moore, Christian Watson, Jordan Addison. I would start him over Jahmyr Gibbs. So yeah, in full PPR.
T. Higgins or Calvin Ridley?
For this week, it's
No,
Ridley.
no, Ross.
Oh,
I think it's Ridley for both.
I do too.
He was bad in week 3 though.
Montgomery.
He wasn't great in week 2 either. He should have a touchdown in each game this year.
Yeah.
And maybe Higgins should too.
Montgomery or Sutton? Goff or Lawrence?
Trevor,
Montgomery.
and I'm going to stay away from the Lions.
Yeah, I'm going Montgomery and Lawrence.
Me too.
That Bears defense is so bad, everybody. And
Yes.
Russ has not been so bad.
We get a lot of Adam looks like the kind of guy who, this is a Chris one. Is it okay if I read this?
Sure, absolutely.
Chris looks like the guy that hosts D&D night but expects you to bring the snacks.
I have surprisingly never played Dungeons and Dragons. I nothing against it. I've just never done it. My big nerdy game is Civilization. I've played like 1,000 hours of Civilization in my lifetime.
Never heard of
My big nerdy game is paying my family's bills.
my big nerdy game is fantasy football, I think.
No, that's not nerdy anymore.
Breida,
Everybody does it.
yeah, I guess. Breida or Dobbs, half PPR.
But I would if I'm hosting, I'm taking care of the snacks. You bring
Yeah,
you bring
yeah.
drinks.
Yes. Or frozen yogurt bars.
I would go with Dobbs over Breida. I don't know if Barkley's going to play. I think it's probably 50-50 at this point, but I'm not going to take the chance that Matt Breida is going to get 2 touches. Although Dobbs might only get 2 touches, in fairness.
Dobbs or Watson?
Watson.
Trying to find this comment. Here it is. Dave looks like the gym teacher that everyone loves.
Aw,
Yeah.
that's weird.
Judy or Laporta, PPR?
I think I have Judy higher. I'll check my coach rankings.
Get your clipboard out.
Yeah, I'll get my clipboard. I wear my
have
socks
Laporta
to my
ranked higher.
knees. I have Laporta higher too. Laporta it is.
Dobbs or Wilson, GW, half PPR.
GW.
Yeah.
Waller or Laporta?
Yeah, I'm doing it.
Waller.
Laporta.
I'm going Laporta.
For Richer or Laporta?
You guys
Does that
better.
work?
You've answered Laporta over a lot of people today. You better hope he has a good game. Although
As opposed to
Darren
Darren
Waller
Waller,
has a good
who's
game,
just been
exactly.
on fire this year.
Okay, we've got all caps. We've got help, an exclamation point, and we have alarms. So this one
Those are sirens.
Yeah, sirens, whatever they're called.
Jones
Jones and Nico.
I think I have Godwin. Yeah.
What do you like
Godwin.
about Godwin? Because he's been kind of disappointing so far.
Yeah, I'm not thrilled with the way Godwin's played so far. The target share is way lower than I expected. I thought, if anything, this offense was going to run more through him than Mike Evans. So that was a surprise. But it's mostly still just that I think Tampa's going to have to pass quite a bit. I think he's still going to have a pretty decent target share. And I mean, look, Mike Evans gets the Marshawn Lattimore treatment, so you would think Chris Godwin's going to benefit from that.
It's not 9 straight games like it is for Evans, but in let's call it the last 5 games. Adam will probably have this stat tomorrow morning. Godwin's averaged more fantasy points per game than Evans
Against the Saints.
Against
That's what I would expect. Yeah.
Everyone's average more fantasy points.
Yeah.
than Evans.
Yeah. So I don't mind Godwin, but I like Nico Collins more. I think I like Addison more too, and I think I like more as well.
I know. I'm trying to figure out what's going on with Chris Godwin, and the only thing I can see, the only big difference is that he's not playing in the slot much.
Well, and the thing was with him, his target share was so low with Tom Brady, and I just kind of assumed that was because they were throwing 700 times a year and everyone's target shares were so low. Tom Brady spreads the ball around. He throws to his running backs. So it's been pretty concerning to see Chris Godwin running, 95% of the routes and not really getting a lot of targets. I definitely think it's fair to be concerned about him.
Baker's kind of locked on to Evans too.
I have him with a career high target share. Is that possible? I think he has a career high target share. He doesn't have a drop yet. He has 3 end zone targets. Chris Godwin.
Worry about it tomorrow morning.
Yeah. All right. Fair enough.
Thank you.
Should I be worried about starting Aaron Jones?
A little, because first game back, could always re-injure himself. Lions defense is solid, but I know what the upside is.
So good against running backs, and he had 2 stinkers against them last year. One of them he left with an injury, but he was still having a terrible game. That was like when they turned into a good run defense. I traded for Aaron Jones that week. It's like, oh, he's going to go off against the Lions. And
his target share in 2022 had to have been higher. He had 142 targets in 15 games.
You know what? The problem with target shares, it's not per game. It's not per game. Like if you miss 2 games, it hurts your target share. Addison or Dell?
Dell
for me as well.
And the farmer.
Daniel Jones or Trevor Lawrence? And do any of you play Madden?
Lawrence, I was playing Madden, but my free trial ran out, so I haven't purchased the game. So if anybody's got a code, hit me up.
I've got a code. I've started to pick it up a little bit more. Back in the day, I was a Madden monster.
I was at my friend's house last week, and her 11-year-old son was talking a lot of crap about how good he was at Madden.
Oh.
And so I was like, all right, I'll play.
Crush.
Quit before halftime.
Yes.
His dad was so happy that someone put him in his place. It was a great moment for everyone.
All right, listen, we're at 523 likes. If we get to 600 likes, I will go rapid fire and answer as many questions as possible, at least 30. Jacoby Myers or Michael Thomas, PPR?
Myers.
I'll go Thomas.
All right, Aaron Jones, Ridley or Lamb? Start 2.
PPR?
Yeah, no, half.
I think I'll still sit Jones.
I think I'm going to go Ridley ahead of Jones, yeah.
All right, let's get those likes up, 545. Would you trade Keenan Allen? Oh, no. No, don't trade Keenan Allen and Bijan Robinson for Tyreek Hill.
But if it was Brian Robinson, then I might do it.
That seems fine.
But he wrote Bijan, so,
Yeah, that's someone's trying to rip you off, dog.
Watson or Quentin Johnston, full PPR?
Watson.
Agreed.
Okay.
Although I'm definitely going to have some Quentin Johnston DFS lineups this week.
Gibbs or Nico Collins?
A lot of people will.
Ooh. Nico.
Same.
We've already answered Waller or Laporta. I went Waller. The other 2 went Laporta. Gibbs or Mixon?
Mixon.
581 likes. This will go a lot faster if we just get
We're getting there.
Musgrave or Hunter Henry?
Double
Henry.
H.
Montgomery or Pacheco?
Montgomery.
Agreed.
Pick 2. Nico, Tank, Rashad White.
Bye White.
Yeah. No, I'll go Rashad and Tank.
Grade this trade. Give Montgomery, get Tank Dell.
Like it.
I think it's probably a C-. I think it probably depends on your team, but I'd rather have Montgomery.
Okay, it is rapid fire time. Here we go. PPR, trade Hopkins for Jacoby Myers.
C-. I think I'd still rather have Hopkins, but that offense looks pretty gross all around.
It does feel lateral, even though right now Myers has been better. That'll change.
Keep Sky Moore, pick up Quentin Johnston.
I think
I'm fine picking up Quentin.
Yeah, I think I might be too.
Russell Wilson or Daniel Jones?
Russ.
Yeah.
And you better be right, because that came from Seabass.
Jones, Love, Stroud, or Russell Wilson?
Anything for Love.
Jones.
I thought you just said Wilson over Jones.
Did I? That doesn't sound like something I would have said.
Montgomery, Kyron, Achane, pick 2.
Ooh, I think I'm sitting. Gosh, that's
I think I'm sitting Achan.
That's how I have it ranked, and I don't like how I have it ranked.
Okay, pick 2 for the other one. Connor, Kamara, Sanders, half PPR.
I'm sitting Connor.
I will sit Alvin Kamara.
Moss or Kamara, non PPR.
I'm sitting Kamara.
I've got Kamara 2 spots higher.
Fellow Civilization player, Kamara or Madison? Kamara.
I don't know what Civilization is.
That's the game that Chris said.
It's a
I don't
turn-based
know it.
computer game that
Chris-
is the most addicting thing of all time.
Christian Watson, Rushy Rice, Jalen Warren. Christian Watson, right?
Watson.
Have you ever had heroin? I would say Watson.
Mike Thomas, Dotson, Palmer, London, and Warren.
We're picking one of these stiffs. It's
Yeah,
One of
Palmer.
them.
I'm
I'm going Thomas.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Montgomery or Elijah Moore?
Montgomery.
Watson or Hopkins?
I've got Hopkins.
Roll the dice with Watson.
Michael
Hopkins
Thomas-
didn't practice today, right? Like everybody didn't.
Yeah, but
practice for the
he's
Titans.
been not practicing
Yeah.
1 day a week lately. He'll get you your 8 PPR points. Don't worry.
Michael Thomas, Christian Watson, Kendrick Bourne, Brian Robinson. The PPR.
Let's go Watson.
Thomas for me.
Madison or Montgomery, Fields or Richardson? Both week 4 and rest of season.
Fields,
Montgomery, and I've got Richardson higher than Fields.
I've got Madison ahead of Montgomery this week, but I'd rather have Montgomery rest of season. I've got Fields ahead of Richardson. I might rather have Richardson rest of season, though.
DJ Moore, Jerry Jeudy, or Elijah Moore?
I'll take.
Judy.
I think I have Moore and Judy ranked the highest, with Moore ahead of Judy.
Achan or Gibbs?
Devon.
I've got Gibbs 1 spot ahead.
Laporta or Dell?
Whoops.
Tight end premium. Get out of here, Thomas.
What the hell
Hit a
just
wrong
happened?
button. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
you did that. Oh, wow.
I was trying to mute myself. I'm sorry.
I'll go Dell. Well, how much is
Thomas
the
did
premium?
not want to be on screen. I apologize.
Was that? Well, hey, we already had Tutu Atwell, so how bad can it be?
Yeah.
I'll still say Dell. Even with
I've got
the
Dell.
premium.
Oh, tight end premium now. I'll go with Laporta because they're very close for me in my flex rankings.
Last minute Superflex. Pick 2. Burrow, Love, Richardson.
Burrow and Richardson.
Love Richardson.
Yeah, you do love Richardson. Pick 2 here.
Love
Kamara,
Richard.
Kamara, Mostert, Aaron Jones.
Ooh. Pick 2.
Yeah.
I'll sit Kamara.
I'm sitting Jones.
Gibbs or Javonte Williams.
Gibbs.
Javante.
Too many sirens here. Oh, this is dynamite. McKinnon or Dillon?
Yeah, both those guys are
Oh,
dynamite for your
gosh.
fantasy team. Dump them both, dude. McKinnon,
I'll go
if you
with
have to start
McKinnon.
one.
No, Eric Davis not a Cowboys fan.
I'm not.
He got off. Dave got offered McCaffrey and DJ Moore for Keenan Allen and CeeDee Lamb. Ugh. I don't think I'd do that.
Yeah. It's always tough because you're getting the best player, but I think Allen and CD, if we were
Are really
redrafting, are
good. Yeah.
both first round picks right now.
If not second, right in that range. And DJ Moore is not a 4th or a 5th.
Lamar or Love?
Lamar.
Love.
What? Wow.
Jordan Love.
All right. Pick 4. Kamara, Moss, Connor, T. Higgins, Jerry Jeudy. So sit 1.
We're sitting Judy.
Sitting Judy.
And last question here. James Cook, DK Metcalf, or apparently Garrett Wilson.
I'm sitting Garrett Wilson.
I will also sit George Washington.
And I will be taking the George Washington. No. Yes, I will. I'll be taking that bridge to Giants Stadium, MetLife Stadium on Monday night. So
Oh, okay.
But don't
That's-
sit near him because he'll give you a nasty cough.
no, I'm not contagious anymore. We're in week 3. I think I've passed contagious. I might tear your rib cartilage or whatever it is. But all right. Thanks everybody. Appreciate it. Enjoy
Thank
the
you.
game. We'll talk to you after FFT and 5. We'll talk to you after the game. And we got a starter sit for the NFC home games tomorrow morning. Good evening.